Hello, everyone. This is our weekly broadcast where I discuss everything that has anything to do with search and AI, LLM platforms, and AI answers. They overlap too much. There is no way not to discuss one without discussing the other. So it's officially both for us for this weekly catch-ups of everything that's happening in these industries and how they impact one another and what to do about that. We try to make these live broadcasts very, very actionable so that it's not just questions, not just updates, but also what we should be doing to prepare for whatever is coming to online organic search and AI industries. I'm Anne Smari. I have been in SEO for more than 20 years and changed a lot of roles, have seen it all. And as of recently, I'm also the co-founder of my own agency, Marketing. Please check us out. And there is a little link there that allows you to schedule a 15-minute free call. No strings attached, no sales there, just talking about what's going on and what to do about that. So you feel free to use that option. With me today and always, April, our director of social, as well as outreach, design, ideation, so many roles, not SEO for sure. So she brings a fresh perspective to this live broadcast because I'm obviously too deep in the topic, not realizing what actually people want to know about all of this. Please subscribe, and smarty.com is my weekly newsletter where I announce every week, I announce the topic of the week that we are going to discuss on Wednesday. Wednesday, 1 p.m. EST is always when our live broadcasts are happening. We haven't skipped a Wednesday yet, maybe one over a holiday, I guess, sometime, but definitely an exception. We try to broadcast even if we are traveling on vacation. We still make that happen. So please, every Wednesday, 1 p.m. EST, we broadcast to LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, X, and YouTube. So follow me everywhere or just subscribe and smiley.com to get the link every week where to join. Today is an interesting topic, and I'm posting a lot about that on LinkedIn and Twitter. So feel free to follow me everywhere to see all those discussions. I also have a subreddit where you can see all those updates in real time as they happen. I curate all these studies, new tools, new theories, new use cases, everything in that subreddit, everything that can help understand what's going on. And then I summarize all of that in my newsletter and these broadcasts. Please find me on Reddit. SEO for AI is my subreddit. Somewhere, hopefully my team will be posting a link to that subreddit. It's getting very active, almost 2,000 members at this point, which is great. And I love all the contributions and comments and insights. They are really helpful for me to understand what's happening. And that was the reason why I started it in the first part. I wanted to find the place to curate and share all of that useful information, which is so difficult to keep track of. Now, today's topic is an interesting one, AI mode. For people, and I know from my subreddit as well, that people confuse these two things, AI overviews and AI mode. AI overviews in Google, if you search for something, especially if it's informational, you will see a quick AI generated answer with citations, usually on top of search results, but we've been seeing it, those AI answers in the middle of SERPs as well at some point. So we don't know yet where they end up will end up to be, but those are AI answers integrated into organic search. Mostly, they summarize high-ranking organic URLs. It's a wrapper for search results, and they very much overlap with organic rankings. So the key in being cited in an AI overview is to rank in Google for this query or for possible fan-out queries, which AI overviews are also doing. They not just answer your query, but they try to be more helpful and give you more information, helping you to answer your follow-up questions before you ask them, or helping you make more informed decisions if that's a problem you're trying to solve. These are, again, AI overviews. They did result in quite a lot of traffic losses. Different studies confirm the same amount across all businesses between 40 and 60, 35, I think the lowest benchmark was, between 35 to 60% of organic search traffic was lost across different industries, across different websites. That is a lot. That is more than a half in many cases of organic search loss. And it is obviously why, because they give good answers. I mean, we can argue they've been going through a lot of changes. I think they are much better now than when they started, but they give, let's say, satisfying answers. So people do not have to click anywhere. They read the answer and then they search for something else, or they move on with their lives. The people do not click. It's not like those clicks were stolen. They stop existing. Just less traffic across the board. This was about a year ago. AI overviews became public, and about 6 months ago they became global. Now everyone sees those AI answers not even being logged into search. Before those AI overviews were public, they were an experiment inside Google Labs. And at that point, when we saw that experiment, it was called Search Generative Experience, SGE, as far as I can remember. It was about 2 years ago that it started, pretty much together with ChatGPT. Once ChatGPT became a thing, Google introduced this first AI-driven feature inside search results. At that point, when we saw that experiment and most of us became part of it, we had been predicting huge losses of organic traffic. And many people at that point were saying, okay, SEO would die the day those launched. Other part of SEOs thought that they would never become public. I mean, I feel like I was more leaning to that group of SEO and predictions at the beginning, especially because we knew ChatGPT was very expensive. We did not understand how Google was going to make that happen, because that's a huge database driving those AI answers. They did it, they made it by not searching. So they are just summarizing whatever is ranking. And I'm pretty sure they are not as dynamic as we thought they would be. You can see the same answer over and over again by searching the same query. I don't have studies for that at this point, but that's my personal observation. So they did become public, they did become global, but SEO didn't die for sure. First of all, AI visibility, brand visibility still exists inside AI answers. And secondly, we still have some clicks. We still have a lot of high quality clicks from Google, because organic search is still there on the same page. That is the default tab. Whenever you search Google Chrome in the URL bar, whenever you search Safari in your mobile app, whenever you Google anything, the default tab is that organic search with AI answers somewhere on top at this point. So we still have organic links. When people are not satisfied with just a quick answer, they search. And that is important. Branded search became much more important since AI overview launched, because people read the answer or read the answer in ChatGPT or read AI answer, and they search for that brand name because they are not often linked. You have to search for a brand name to land on the site that you want to deal with. So Google still exists, SEO still exists, AI overviews are public. Now, AI mode, and that is the topic of today, is a different tab. You have to know where to find it to use it. AI mode is pretty much looks very similar to AI overviews, but it searches on users' behalf. Unlike AI overviews that rely on organic search, AI mode searches independently, much like ChatGPT is doing that as well. It does all the research on the user's behalf. Now, the difference between AI overviews in Google and AI mode in Google is that AI mode has no organic results at all. It only has answers and citations that are very seldomly clicked. This is the huge difference between the two. It's different. First of all, it's different technology, and it's different tabs. And the default tab is the one that shows AI overviews, not AI mode. That was the huge introduction to this topic. I apologize for that, but I know for sure how many people are confusing these two things. Yes, they look similar in the answer format. It's the answer with citations to the right, but different technologies, different tabs, and the AI mode doesn't have organic search at all. It searches its own, well, it searches Google Index for sure. It relies on Google Index, but it decides however it wants which URLs to pick to find the answer or to cite. It's not so much organic ranking factors that we can predict at some point. AI mode is much less predictable. Now, there are a few things happening in the industry that make us think that at some point AI mode will become the default tab. First of all, Google representatives use wishful thinking and they tweet that that may happen soon. I posted about that on LinkedIn and Reddit, and then other Google representatives said that you didn't understand that right. It's not going to be default. It's just going to become more popular and they will do whatever they can. We will see if AI mode will ever becomes default. That reminds me of all those discussions about AI overviews when we didn't believe they would go public with it. At this point, we are in total denial that AI mode will become or default for obvious reasons. It's not monetized yet. Google cannot make it default until they make money out of it, because at this point they still rely on organic paid ads inside organic search results, where people do click. Don't forget that ads need to be clicked to make money. So when they are not clicked, Google loses money. So Google will have to come up with a way to integrate AI ads in the AI answers the way they are clicked, because AI answers train people not to click and read the answer and leave. So we have some time, I think so. It's such I do think it's a very similar discussion to what AI overviews discussions look like, because we're also like, we have some time. Well, we are now in the reality where AI overviews are public and global. AI mode definitely will become more popular because Google is doing all it can. So first of all, there is a separate button on the homepage of Google where it invites you to ask a question instead of type the query. There is in Google suggests like autocomplete results. There is an option now for AI overview to also ask a question. Sometimes you search and Google invites you with a pop-up saying, why wouldn't you ask that question in AI mode? It went to many more countries. I think it was only United States, then UK and Canada. Now it's in about 10 countries, including Japan and all huge markets out there. So it's going global anytime soon too. It follows exactly the same steps AI overviews were following, to be honest, exactly the same timelines, about 3 months in between all those huge rollouts. So everything is suggesting that AI mode will likely be a default tab. To be honest, we don't know yet what it's going to look like when it is monetized. There is a quite possible they will change the design, they will increase clickability of those citations, because again, Google needs clicks to survive. It cannot do without clicks. So quite a few things will change, but the future of AI mode, I think, and my prediction is very similar to the future of AI overviews. It will become much more popular. It will cause a lot more traffic losses. That is, unfortunately, the most important takeaway from everything that's going on. Also, in another news, Google Chrome remains Google's, and there are quite a few screenshots floating around showing how Google is going to integrate either Gemini or AI mode in the URL bar. If you didn't notice, Chrome's URL bar at this point, it is searching, but if it becomes part of Gemini or AI mode, it will give you answers right away instead of searching. That will also result in quite some traffic losses. So if you thought we stopped losing traffic at the point when AI overviews became a thing, became global and public, you may be wrong. We will be losing quite a few more clicks from Google in the future. And like 2 years ago, no one would believe it. Many people do not believe it still, even now. They say AI mode will never become default. The AI mode will never become public. It's a bubble. The AI or the whole AI thing is a bubble. It will burst very soon. There are many people in denial now, and trust me, I would love to believe in all those theories that at some point there will be no AI answers at all, and AI mode will never become public. But unfortunately, I have clients and I have my followers and I have you here, and I have to say, to warn everyone, to make this warning again, we will lose more traffic. What to do about that? And something we've already covered a lot about, again, and smarty.com has a huge archive at this point. I've been publishing there weekly for about 2 years now. There's a lot of content there exactly on that topic. What to do about if we face that future of very little traffic. First of all, you need to understand you are not alone. I think this is the most important thing that many businesses are missing. It's not just you that lost traffic. Everyone across the board lost traffic. Look at your website. Make sure you're making the most of those clicks that remain to us. Make sure your conversions are great. Make sure that you know what your visibility, like your most visible pages, optimize them for conversions or engagements. Start building assets that do not rely on Google or traffic. Your own subreddit, huge, great asset, takes time to build, but it's so rewarding because it gives you visibility everywhere. Organic search, AI answers, chat GPT. Reddit itself is a huge visibility channel if you do it right. Be very careful with building that visibility on Reddit. For sure, it's a very touchy-feely channel where you cannot be too aggressive, creative, or promotional. But it's so rewarding, the best thing you can do. Build the newsletter list. Build a community if it's not ready, at least somewhere. So build something you can rely on now while you still have your organic clicks, because that's how you build the membership. Ask us how to build a subreddit, because just the one like the one I showed you before, that channel is 2 months old already, bringing visibility and leads. So you can do that too. Again, you can call me and I will walk you through how to do that as well. So that is a great idea, to build an asset that does not rely on Google, the first thing. Now, the second thing, change your metrics. Visibility and AI answers is a very tough question to answer at this point, but there are tools that are already trying to do that. At least you will know your positioning versus your competitors, what LLMs know you, which prompts you associated with, which problems you are the solution to. We use Peak AI for this, for our clients and ourselves, to track and analyze AI visibility. It is not clicking yet. ChatGPT AI mode give very few links to home pages whenever they mention brand names. So start tracking your branded search in Google, branded search impressions, branded search clicks, what people see when they search, not just for your brand name, but brand name reviews, brand name, legit, whatever people are searching. You need to know that, and you need to control the answers in people see, and search results people see for those queries. Start obsessing about clicks and the future of clicks, because everything shows that clicks may not be the future to online findability, but there are other things you can build and do now, and change and pivot and adjust the way that, okay, we don't have as many clicks, but we still remain profitable, and we still can be found online. The key here is to change. The web is changing. Unfortunately, the web is changing, and we will need to. There are lots of things to do here, including adjusting your website, including adjusting your reputation, building presence where you are not present yet and where your audience exists. A lot of things to do, but if you start doing that now, well, you need to have started doing that a year ago, but if not a year ago, then today. If you start today, you will still be ahead of your competition when everyone, including them, loses more clicks. I talked a lot, but we do have a few minutes for a couple of questions. So please, let's ask some. I wasn't tracking comments from the social media, but I know April was. And you are muted, April, just in case you forgot.
We didn't have any questions from the audience yet, but I can start off with one. Let's see here. Do you think links are still going to be important if AI mode becomes default?
Links are important for sure for discoverability, and let's not forget, AI mode does rely on Google's index and Google's authority signals as well. We know that Gemini is using PageRank, our good old PageRank, well, likely uses. We don't have the official confirmation to that, but we know from the internal communication that they've been trying to use PageRank for authority signals. We also know that both ChatGPT and AI mode heavily lean into more authoritative sources, and what is the best way to become an authoritative source is not being cited. To that, I would also mention that not all links are going to matter for sure. The old school PR, digital PR, or data-driven digital PR that we are providing are going to remain key for sure, because it's not just about links, it's about brand mentions and about a very relevant context. And that's what those two can provide. Listicles, co-citation, something that I've been talking about throughout a few weeks, also going to be important. So it's everything. I would say meaningful link building will prevail. It's not just about any link building. It's not definitely about anchor text anymore. Not definitely about buying links from presumably high DA websites. Definitely do not invest in that. But links for sure are going to remain very, very, very important. Not probably that needle moving as they were 15 years ago, but definitely something not to neglect, because as always, without links there is no brand mentions, there is no authority, there is nothing like that, no discoverability, no page rank signals for sure.
Great question from Julie.
What can a smaller brand do now to prepare for when AI mode takes over search in the future? Very popular question in our subreddit for sure. I would say small businesses and local businesses are not in as much trouble as publication business, like news media, smaller publishers. They will still be able to find the ways to get into AI answers. First of all, create more content that puts your products in the great relevant problem-solving context. Make sure you are visible online outside of your site. Cross-channel marketing is very important. That I guess what we are doing. We have a very new website as well. We are actually small business representatives of small businesses too. What we are doing is the cross-channel visibility. That includes LinkedIn, Reddit for sure, X or Twitter. And I also syndicate to Medium, to Substack, so quite a few other platforms, YouTube. So whatever you can do, whatever you can manage to be, to build this context around yourself that can help you be in the AI answer to relevant questions, at least to be cited there with your content. Do that. I would say it is quite the future for small and local businesses are much better, because I'm sure that there will be a lot of product integrations, there will be schema integrations like rich snippets in organic, there will be something similar in AI mode. In ChatGPT is promising product integrations. Local results are still mapped in both AI mode and ChatGPT, so being in the map, claiming your business, making sure you have consistent names and addresses everywhere, Yelp, everywhere like that. It is doable. I would say small businesses will pretty much survive. They've been struggling for a few years now, ever since Google started leaning into bigger businesses as well. It has become much more difficult for small businesses to be visible in organic search, but they are still there. And AI, I don't see AI to be like the end to small businesses. We will be fine. Just follow me and Smarty. I will and Smarty.com. We will survive. I'm one of them for sure.
I have another question. How should brands approach Reddit when branded and commercial stuff is usually frowned upon there?
Well, very good question. Many people get it wrong for sure. I just posted about that a quick video across all my channels as well, including Instagram, which I don't have much time for recently. But be transparently ethical. That's probably the only thing you can do on Reddit. Just be, I'm business. I'm here to be helpful, to not to self promote, not to, I don't know, build leads or customers. They will come if you create a very successful channel. Your customers will be happy, will trust you, and will be convert much better than, I don't know, ChatGPT traffic, which is considered one of the best converting out there. Reddit takes time, but every organic channel takes time. There is no organic channel where you can, okay, I'm there and I'm visible. And Reddit is no different. Don't take shortcuts. Don't spam. Don't buy threads or posts about you. Commit to building a strategy that is long term. Focus not on, okay, I'll get a few customers here and there and I'm okay. No, invest into the long term ethical strategy on Reddit. You can ask us. That's one of our specialties, is organic visibility on Reddit in an ethical way. Again, Smarty.marketing, you can find me there and schedule a quick call, and I will walk you through exactly steps that you need to take for that. Every case is a little different, for sure. Every business model is a little different, requires different approaches from Reddit. So generally, just be real and be helpful on Reddit. That's it. And I'm sure April, as our Reddit expert, I stole all of those words from her. No time to give the real expert a word here because it's time to wrap up. Thank you so much. Please join us next week, 1 p.m. on Wednesday, 1 p.m. EST, or subscribe and subscribe and smarty.com to know the next week's topic. Thank you, April. Thank you, everyone who joined us. See you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.